The time by Sagicor is
7 o'clock.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, nephew of Christopher Dudus Coke, Lester Coke, killed in crash on Friday. Daily water supply to customers in corporate area alone declines by 12 million gallons. JLP flying high on its third term possibility. Not so fast, says a confident PNP. And JAP slams government's back-to-school plans as woefully lacking. While in sports, West Indies seek to avoid surrendering T20 series to Australia in third match underway. Hello from Kingston, Jamaica. This is CVM News at 7 for Friday, July 25, 2025. I'm Caroline Brown, and we begin with word that tension is high in Tivoli Gardens, Kingston, following the death of a member of the notorious Coke clan. Lester Coke, also known as Liberty, who is said to be the nephew of convicted drug lord Christopher Dudus Coke, died after the motorcycle he was driving collided with a taxi in the Tivoli Gardens community. Reports are the taxi driver rushed Coke to hospital where he was pronounced dead. CVM News further understands the driver had to be escorted from the hospital by the police. An investigation has been launched into the crash. Jamaica is parched, and as the island continues to battle persistent drought conditions, water levels are dipping dangerously low. In this report, Akeem Oret explores how the situation is affecting the future of our most precious resource, water.
It's been said that water is life, but for many Jamaicans right now, life feels like it's slipping through dry fingers. Acting Public Relations Manager at the National Water Commission, Delana Williams, says the drought is hitting harder in the east.
Across these parishes, we're seeing where approximately 23 of those systems are operating below 50% of capacity, and that is the extent of which the drought is now affecting mainly our what we call surface sources, which are mainly rivers and spring sources.
But it's not just rural towns under pressure. Even the corporate area, home to more than 500,000 people, is feeling the pinch.
We are still losing water. So as we speak, Constant Spring network, which relies on the Hermitage Dam, is just about 49%. The Mona is at 41%. Both are losing approximately 1 million gallon, 1% per day.
At the Mona Dam, 8 million gallons of water are lost each day. The Hermitage Dam is dropping by up to 4 million gallons daily. Combined, that's just half of what Kingston and St. Andrew need. With demand rising and supply shrinking, NWC says it's expanding its water management strategy, investing in storage solutions and greater efficiency.
We have commenced an assessment, firstly, for the Hermitage Dam to see how best it is to expand its capacity. And that work will commence in a few weeks. We just met and agreed on terms with the consultants. We expect also to move to the Mona Reservoir to have similar exploratory work.
Still, frustrations are mounting in communities left dry for days, but Williams insists help is on the ground.
Government is also working alongside with all of our agencies to ensure that tanks are supplied to persons, just to give them additional days of storage.
Water is life, but in this dry spell, the NWC is urging residents to conserve, fix leaks, store wisely, and limit non-essential use. With the drought expected to continue, the country's most vital resource hangs in the balance. Akeem Oret, CVM News.
And to this CVM News follow-up, the Jamaica Association of Principals and of Secondary Schools, JAPS, has weighed in on the discussions following the recent announcement major changes will be implemented for the new school year. As Amoy Harriet reports, JAPS is appealing to the Education Ministry to give schools more resources.
Jamaica spends around 5.65% of its GDP on education. That's above the global average of 4.4%. Yet, many schools remain under-resourced. That's according to President of the Jamaica Association of Principals of Secondary Schools, JAPS, Linvern Wright. Mr. Wright was responding to the recent announcement by the Education Ministry that students entering high school on Pathway 3, meaning students who struggle with core subjects or have special needs, will only do 6 subjects at the grade 7 level.
Our education system operates of a high level of prejudice and taboo. And when we have children who we have to reduce subjects for them, and I'm not saying we shouldn't do it because we're going to have taboo, but the fact is that these are things that if you don't manage the process properly, it can be problematic.
He's questioning why attention isn't being given to what he believes is the key issue.
What has not supported that idea is resources. What we need are teachers. Because if you're going to have more time with students in mathematics, you're going to need more teachers. We have a shortage of mathematics teachers. And what the ministry has not said is how we're going to augment the number that we have to support this new thrust. So it is something that I think has to move beyond the announcement and move to ensuring that we support the schools with more teachers. Every single school will need at least 1 or 2 more teachers to have this kind of initiative working the way the ministry wants it.
But there are other concerns.
Most of these children coming to schools who can't learn are poor children who have been deprived early in their lives, have had poor early childhood education, poor primary education. What we really want to ensure that we do is that we understand the gaps that they have had socially, not just academically.
While Jamaica's per capita education spending is at a relatively acceptable level globally, Mr. Wright believes the expenditure per capita on each student is shameful.
We are in the lower band of students funding students' education per capita in the world. Barbados is in the mid-range. We are spending about 1,200 US per child per annum. Barbados is spending over close to 2,000, almost twice what Jamaica spends. The literacy levels are at about 99%. Jamaica is at about 81%. 81% is just about where it's unacceptable in the world. People don't understand that. So 81% sounds like 80, but it's not 80 like you get 18 mathematics in school. It's 81% of your population that's reading. That 21% can really be a struggle.
Amoy Harriet, CVM News.
Now, while some high schoolers plan typical summer breaks, a select group of young Jamaicans lay the groundwork for careers that literally take flight. The next generation of Jamaican pilots, engineers and air traffic controllers isn't just being imagined, it's being meticulously crafted. More from Crystal Williams.
Since its first staging in 2004, the aviation program held every summer at Jamaica College has been launching the careers of students with a passion for airplanes. In 2025, the program, spearheaded by founder David Robertson, provided 57 future pilots, engineers, and air traffic controllers with first-hand exposure to the inner workings of the aerospace world.
And all the students got this complimentary flight. It's compressed into letting them understand about the airplane, about the theory of flight, and about the piston engine. So that is what the summer school is basically about.
Robertson found it astounding that in 2025, the misconception remains that the future of women working in the space of aviation begins and ends with flight attendants.
So we tell them that, look, Air Jamaica was one of the early airlines that had all-female crew. You wouldn't believe in 2025, quite a few ladies still believe with aviation, flight attendant is their, sole ambition, not knowing that they can fly.
Robertson says, although it would have been ideal to have more female students interested in aviation, he is immensely proud of the girls from the Kingston Technical High School and the Convent of Mercy Academy for holding their own.
Do join us for more CVM News at 7 in a moment.
Plus surprises all summer. To enter, buy a SIM, 7-day plan or higher. Switch to Digicel. Be an active postpaid or Digicel Plus customer or receive US $15 or more from abroad. Gift a friend a plan. They could win $25,000. Remix the summer with Digicel. Authorized under Section 58 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Promo ends September 15, 2025. Conditions apply. Visit DigicelJamaica.com for more info. Digicel, better connected this summer.
She came in just to look. But then she saw the sign.
50% off everything? No, that's a blessing.
Yes, 50% off the entire store from July 25th to the 27th. From curtains to decor, we have everything to refresh your space. Limited time, limited stock, major savings. Faithful Homes Decor, Mall Plaza Halfway Tree, style your space, save in style.
Remix the summer with Digicel. 100 lucky winners win $100,000 each. Plus surprises all summer. To enter, buy a SIM, 7-day plan or higher. Switch to Digicel. Be an active postpaid or Digicel Plus customer or receive US $15 or more from abroad. Gift a friend a plan. They could win $25,000. Remix the summer with Digicel. Authorized under Section 58 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Promo ends September 15, 2025. Conditions apply. Visit DigicelJamaica.com for more info. Digicel, better connected this summer.
Thanks so much for staying with us. New housing development in Roselle, Whitehorse, St. Thomas is promising to improve living standards and boost economic gains. It's also being touted as part of a broader push to transform the parish. But while some welcome the move, others question who will benefit and how will the environment be protected. Raymond Morrison tells us more in this report. Apologies, we will get back to that story momentarily. Better roads, water access, a rural bus system, plus plans to improve literacy at the primary level were among the talking points when caretaker for St. Ann Northeastern Matthew Samuda, supported by the Education Minister Dr. Dana Morrison-Dixon, told Labourites why their Jamaica Labour Party, the JLP, deserves another term. Carla Ramdeen reports.
PMP caretaker for St. Ann Northeastern, Matthew Samuda, while pointing to several accomplishments of the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, says the party deserves a third term. He highlights that the JLP has improved road conditions in the constituency and provided running water for over 350,000 Jamaicans. He says a third term would allow the party to expand on this progress.
Miss Diane can tell you she work out little tank issue because we are putting a brand new pipe and a full community tank in Davistown. Chalky Hill Labour writes enough of the 1-inch pipe. We are lay the new 6-inch pipe next week. But guess what, Labour writes up a Lime Hall. Miss D, by Christmas we are give them lights up at the field of Lime Hall because the road is not enough.
Minister of Education Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon is also throwing her support behind Samuda. She's also endorsing the rural bus system, explaining it will ensure that children are able to go to school consistently without parents having to worry about high transportation costs.
They only saw these things on TV. They thought it was something for children in foreign. But your Jamaica Labour Party government believes that every child in Jamaica is important. When you live in a rural area, there are families who are spending tens of thousands of dollars that they struggle to find to send their children to school.
The minister also outlined plans for primary education. She says changes coming September will ensure that all students leave primary school literate. She adds the ministry has started training grade 1 to 3 teachers to help achieve this goal.
And almost 100% of them showed up for their training. That says a lot. It means that our teachers want to work with us to get our children where they need to be. And so parents who are here, the ministry doing it, the government doing it, the teachers doing it, you need to do it too.
Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
And we can now go back to our report where a new housing development in Roselle, Whitehorse, St. Thomas is promising to improve living standards and boost economic gains in that parish, but there are questions.
St. Thomas is changing, a new town centre, road expansions, and now the Roselle Estate housing development in Whitehorses. The promise, a modern community designed to improve living standards and drive growth. But as with any major project, the question hangs, who really wins? Developer Donovan Farquharson believes it's a win for all.
This development will only help to benefit everybody in the area, based on the large number of homes and the greater community that it is going to have. This development will certainly enhance. It will enhance the quality of life, it will enhance the support that we need for the Roselle Falls, and it will enhance all of the requirements that the residents in this area has been asking for.
The plan calls for hundreds of new homes, community spaces, and improved infrastructure. An environmental impact assessment submitted to NEPA notes potential impacts on wildlife habitats and the drainage system issues that require careful mitigation.
The community has 21 days in which to submit their comments to the agency. The agency will then collate all these comments and questions that are raised, and we will present them to the applicant for them to give the necessary answers. Right. After we get these answers, we then take it to the NRCA, which is the board, which deal with the approval of the application. And after that, then a decision will be made.
And online, the comments were, well, as one would put it, mixed. Some see opportunity, while others see red flags. Jennifer Rodney commented, who is doing the development? Will Jamaicans benefit, or will it be specifically foreigners? And Jaeen Black said, exciting times ahead for Whitehorses. This kind of investment could bring much needed jobs, housing, and business opportunities to the area. Let's just hope the development balances growth with preserving the charm and needs of the local community. Meanwhile, Claude Russell advised, to those writing about election promise, please read. This is a private development. It's due to start 2026. And while the debate plays out online, Member of Parliament for St. Thomas Western James Robertson says, the development forms part of a bigger push to change the face of St. Thomas, and he's confident the benefits will be widely felt.
At this time, We are on the plateau overlooking the Caribbean Sea, and I can only indicate, as Member of Parliament, this is part of Paul Bogle's dream, to see land and titles being given to people of all, whether low-income NHT or higher costing homes for returning residents, and for people in Kingston and St. Andrew to come and invest, and for foreigners.
With the biggest push for development in St. Thomas in decades, the project may well set the tone for the future of the parish. But the question remains, can progress and protection coexist? Public consultations remain open, and NEPA says the residents can send in their concerns or questions online or through its outlets. Raymond Morrison, CVM News.
As we go back to the political scene now, People's National Party PNP President and Opposition Leader Mark Golding says his administration is one of the greatest political movements in the English-speaking Caribbean. And to reinforce the point, he told comrades at the St. Anne Parish meeting their party will fill the gaps in the governing Jamaica Labour Party's leadership.
I feel the spirit moving me tonight. I feel the victory. I see it in sight.
Dignity should never be a privilege, it should be a right. Expressions of disdain by People's National Party President Mark Golding in highlighting frustration with the Jamaica Labour Party, the JLP administration. He asserts the era of poverty under the JLP leadership will come to an end if the PNP regains power. Speaking at the PNP St. Anne Parish meeting in Musgrave Square, Brownstown, Mark Golding says Andrew Holness and his colleagues are pushing Jamaica's development towards a downward trajectory.
Comrades, all across this country, I see it in your eyes. The frustration, the fatigue, the feeling that we've been promised a better life, prosperity, but left standing in the same place are moving backwards. And people struggling every day to buy food, to pay bills, while the ministers get richer with the big pay rise that Andrew Holness engineered and Nigel Clark executed.
With some people reportedly migrating to secure job opportunities overseas in an attempt to access the proverbial greener pastures, Golding, in addressing the issue, indicates his administration will provide increased job security.
For too long, you've been governed by a crew that is focused more on public relations than on serving the people. I believe in jobs, not just talk, but real investments in young people.
Mr. Golding asserts he is a seasoned political professional with a team ready to equip Jamaicans with the means for a better life.
I believe in something different. I believe in good government, a government that works for you, for the people of Jamaica. I believe every family should have access to proper housing, clean water, and health care that doesn't mash up your pocket. I come to you with experience as a lawyer, as a business person, as a legislator, as a minister of government, and as a leader of the biggest and most powerful political movement in the English-speaking Caribbean, the People's National Party.
He mentions the People's National Party's presence in the country has been felt over the years and believes its hard work will rebound to the benefit of all.
Still lots more to come here on CVM News. Stay with us.
My name is Dahoni Adlam. I am 35 years of age.
I'm Ruby Smith. I'm 83 years of age. The house, what I already been into, it wasn't wholesome.
My house got burned down. It was terrible. I lost everything in the fire. Ready?
I sleep so happy.
I'm happy that I have somewhere again. The new social housing program, I am happy because it gives me a second chance and others as well.
The government, through the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, is building hope, one home at a time.
Denby Show 71. The Jamaica Agricultural Society, in association with the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, presents Denby 71, August 1 to 3, 2025. Denby Showgrounds, Mape and Clarendon. It's a family affair, from livestock competitions, agricultural displays, National Farm Queen competition, Kiddies Village, Health and Wellness Village, and much more. Closing the show is the High Pro Denby Gospel Extravaganza. Admission, adults 1,500, children 600 at the gate. Denby 71, August 1 to 3. You don't want to miss this.
Jamaica, let's spread the word around to let the world know that we are proud to be one republic. We are the road to republic. Well then, let's propel we nation, moving forward in a new direction. True independence, that's the projection. No more dependency, it's the best plan. Yes, we know what's best for us, cause we want we country prosperous. So make we just pull together as the general public while on the road to republic. Jamaica, let's spread the word around to let the world know that we are proud to be one republic. We are the road to republic.
A message from the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs.
We are the road to republic.
Welcome back to CVM News at 7. CB Foods Pan workshops are turning up the heat, not just on the grill, but on how street food businesses are run. The initiative gives pan chicken vendors the tools to grow from hustle to enterprise. More from Raymond Morrison.
Pan chicken is as Jamaican as it gets, smoking drums on the roadway, drawing hungry crowds with that unmistakable flavor. But for many, it's been a day-to-day survival hustle. CB Foods is out to change that, training 200 vendors through a series of workshops in Spanish Town and Montego Bay ahead of Pan, scheduled for August 31. Pan is a competition powered by CB Chicken and has been making rounds since 2006, with the intentions of creating a platform for the talented men and women who keep Jamaican culture alive through one of our most loved street food. The aim of the workshop is to strengthen street food culture while teaching critical business skills.
They will be at the Pan Practical with Mark Cole, learning how to have the better tasting chicken on the grill, and then they'll go into theory, where they're going to learn about food health and safety, customer service, financial literacy, brand marketing, all the things that empower them to be a 360 Pan business owner. So in the past, Pan used to be 3 major events, right? And what we would have done is really looked at it after COVID to say, when CB Group talks about empowered people, it's not just internally, it's the people that we impact through our brand. So we decided to take Pan in a different direction. We decided to look back on the workshops to say, what does it really take to be a true Pan business owner? And we said it's not just about the better tasting chicken, it's about having all of those assets, including a business mindset that will let them level up and have a sustainable Pan business.
The training covered business management, customer service, food safety, and menu innovation. There was even a cook-off competition led by celebrity chef Mark Cole, with prizes up to $50,000. Many attendees also lauded the experience for the added knowledge.
Tell you how really to go about business, angle your food, not even just for you, but the people, even your kids, even your family member. So it was a good experience.
It's a knowledge experience, meaning the workshop what they put on now, it teaches a lot of things. As I said before, money management, how to keep your food cold or hot, and how to customer service, how to interact with the customers.
And a teacher introduced me by the name of Miss Lewis, and she called me and said, would I like to enter the competition? And I said yes. I was overwhelmed in hearing that, so I just take the opportunity today to come out.
The program also serves as a springboard. From the workshops, 32 finalists will head to the August 31st Pan Finals at Jamaica College, where one will walk away with the title of Pan Champion 2025. Organizers say everyone who participated walks away a winner, armed with tools to take their street food business to the next level. Raymond Morrison, CVM News.
And now may I continue to have your attention? Well, the Ramgo Dash-Along plant, which made it to Traditional Flavors menu chart last time, even though it's mostly known for its medicinal value, is from the passion flower family, and it got its name here in Jamaica. I'll tell you how and more right after this.
The time by KFC is 7:30.
We a bucket together when everybody out. Fried chicken we a pre-bucket for the crew. Share a bucket together, everybody go live. Spicy original when we online. Bucket together to the new dance craze. Taste explosion bursting with flames. When we a bucket together, it put you in a good mood. Every moment to share is finger licking good. Bucket together, come make we bucket together. Hey, bucket together, bucket together. Jamaica, you ready? A pan time again. We're bringing the vibes to Kingston at Jamaica College. Sunday, August 31st, CB Chicken presents Pan, powered by CB Foods. Gates open at 12 noon, and the Caribbean Passion Kiddies Village is back. Find out who will be crowned the 2025 Pan Chicken Champion. Live performances by Kevin Dunswell, Lila IK, Giamar Mitchell, and many more. Admission is free. Roll out with the whole family on Sunday, August 31st, 12 noon at Jamaica College. One pan a knock. Powered by CB Foods.
All right, so we have Ronaldo here to tell us what's going to happen in sports.
Good evening, Caroline, and good evening, viewers. So, the West Indies are currently playing Australia in St. Kitts, and the West Indies trail the 5-match T20 series 2-0. So, they will be hoping to win tonight to take that momentum into Game 4. The marksman in last season's Jamaica Premier League, Warner Brown, he's on the move. He has left Arnett Gardens. Where he is going, you'll have to stay to find out in sports later on.
Is this time for, keeping everybody in suspense, right?
For sure,
All right, so let's go back to this Ramgo Dashalong plant, which made it to traditional flavors menu chart last week, right? So even though it's mostly known for its medicinal value, it's from the passion flower family, they say. And here's what. It got its name here in Jamaica because male goats became extremely hyperactive once they eat the flower.
So we're still off Camp Road in Kingston at Sabakan's nature-inspired spot, zooming in on Ramgo Dashalong and its uses.
The blossom is deadly. I mean, this is the part that they talk about for the men.
Oh.
The blossom is good for the man. Like, you see the pollen, the bees pollen, it's powerful for us too. That's why the blossom is great.
Oh,
the
so
pollen
it's this part.
Yes.
Going at the tea.
Yeah, well, that's the good part for the man. I think they just use the leaf for the tea, but we use everything. So it's not really only for men or good for men, but it's good for a lot of things. Parasites and all kind of things that's in the eye in people. It helps to dismantle mucus, and it does so many things, right? So yeah, it's just a perfect bush.
Because I was starting to get worried that what if a female comes into your restaurant and don't know and order this nice stew thing, and next thing you know, she get Ramgo.
Yeah, she'll get it as well, but it doesn't like put you in a kind of any mood, but
any mood.
No, it doesn't put you in any mood, but it does, enlighten your energy and uplift your energy. You will recognize that it does give you more energy, and it gives you like a sharper thinking, like the calabash.
All natural.
Yes.
Everything from the earth.
Yes, sir.
But who knows? Everybody knows that them something you can't eat.
And them good for you. They heal you.
They're good for you.
They move diabetes. They give you energy and so forth. They move cancers and stuff like that.
Still to come, the tests after all these lessons.
A quick look now at regional and international news.
We begin with news elsewhere in the region. Minister of Defense Wayne Sturge has highlighted mounting security concerns within the country's prison system. Speaking at a pre-budget consultation meeting in the Caroni Central constituency on Wednesday, he says crime remains the country's biggest concern, with growing threats now coming from inside the prisons. Here's more from TTT News.
Let me just give you an example. You would know that there are things that are allowed into prisons illegally. No one is surprised about marijuana and cocaine and other drugs and so on, and other types of contraband. But I don't know if you are aware that recently a couple guns were found in prison. That's a serious security risk. Short term, what we need to do is acquire the sort of technology that is not dependent on too much human intervention. Because when you rely too much on human intervention, human beings can obviously be corrupted.
In St. Lucia, 3 men are now hospitalized after a drive-by shooting on Wednesday night, with nearly 40 homicides recorded this year. The chairman of RISE St. Lucia, Dr. Venus Cherry, warns without urgent psychological support for victims and communities, the nation risks remaining trapped in a deadly cycle of trauma and reprisal violence. We get more from DBS TV News.
For a young lady who lost her father early, didn't have the love of her dad, or her dad is in prison because he's the perpetrator of a crime, doesn't get the love, gets abused her whole life, she can't be comfortable in a relationship. When she has a boyfriend, even when he touches her, she's never. And boys go through the same thing too. We tend to think that women are the only ones who get abused and violated sexually and other ways. Men go through the same thing too. So you find those men now lashing out, trying to be tough guys because somebody molested them as a boy, and they don't want that to come out, and they have to prove that they're a gunman and they're a bad man, and they do things that they do regret. So I know that these people are working. Is there a concentrated effort to ensure that they themselves have the tools and the proper compensation that they need? I don't know. I don't think it's enough. So I think when we're trying to put money in this sector and that sector, mental health needs to become a bigger issue. Health in general needs to become a bigger issue.
And on the international scene, border tensions between Cambodia and Thailand have escalated into deadly clashes with few signs of de-escalation. Details from the BBC News.
The deserted road that runs along the long border between Cambodia and Thailand. The silence broken by the boom of a heavy gun. These villagers had decided not to evacuate. They didn't want to abandon their cattle, but they spent the night in a concrete bunker with sandbags for pillows.
I heard loud bangs since 8 a.m. this morning. I don't know which direction they came from, but I was too scared to go out, so I stayed in my bunker.
Through the night, Thailand had reinforced its lines. Heavy artillery opened up after dawn. This is more than a border clash. And the Thai military released footage of drone attacks. Targeted drops on Cambodian troops, they said, but they forced thousands of civilians to flee.
And that's it for regional and international news.